Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
It is reported that at 8:50 p.m., a huge flaming object, believed to be a meteorite, fell on a farm in the neighborhood of Grover's Mill, New Jersey.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that'll bring the trauma.
Are y'all surviving? Because I'm not. I got paid today, and it's gone.
My time, my energy, my labor is clearly being used for what? To build and maintain and operate what kind of nation?
I'm tired of pretending that we live in a just and free country.
Trying to criminalize homelessness right now because pretty soon it's going to be a common crime.
The silent majority needs to wake the fuck up because American politics has become performance art for idiots.
This security guard was at a tram track and he saw this woman on a phone, completely oblivious she was about to be hit by this tram. And she walks out in front of the tram and he instinctively grabs her and pulls her back, saving her life. She's now suing him for sexual harassment because he didn't have her permission to touch her.
What happened to humanity in this fucking world, man?
I don't know what's happened to education. It breaks my heart.
Puts two hands up like this close to my face, and goes, you're...
People don't trust the system anymore.
So everybody stay diligent. Don't watch the news because they're lying. Don't watch the market because it's lying. Watch everything going around you. Watch the people.
Has Babylon lost her luster? The great fortified city where all your hopes and dreams can be achieved, and you can live a happy and prosperous white picket fence style life, relishing in your possessions as success, so long as you turn a blind eye and accept the narrative. We wonder how we got here, as we all at one point were succumbed to her lusts and desires. We were seduced by her comforts and luxuries, while our deepest desires were teased out, leading us down a dark road of no return.
If you actually cared, you probably would care about the child who got raped and also the person who got murdered by the person that we were looking for. But see, you don't care.
No, I don't.
Page 23. The other boy, page 24. Here it is. What's the educational benefit of talking about?
Hi, my name's Knox Zajac. I'm 11 years old and I go to Wyndham Middle School. I'm a 6th grader. I was in the library and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom.
It's come to a world where drag kids actually exist.
And people do ketamine on a couch.
They all go marching in the big parade.
We were raised in a culture of degeneracy, where systematically filth is praised and anything wholesome and godly is scoffed at. Mom and pop shops are lost to history, and the idea of the American dream is pondered at the bottom of a bottle as you watch corporate bureaucracy spin its intricate web.
BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard control $22 trillion in assets, which is roughly the equivalent of the entire gross domestic product of the United States of America.
You own nothing and pretend to be happy, as we've bought into the illusion of freedom and ownership, which is quickly learned when you fully understand the certainty of death and taxes.
A 91-year-old woman on the verge of being forced out of her home. She's losing it for failure to pay her taxes on time during the pandemic, despite having thousands of dollars in equity.
Our history is steeped in symbolism we choose to gloss over for our rah-rah patriotic spirit.
Dollar bill, you'll see the symbol on the left-hand side of the bill, which is annuit coeptus, which means our enterprise is now a success. Our enterprise is crowned with success. Novus is novus, meaning new. Ordo is order, and seclorum is where we get the word secular, meaning the world. So it's a new order of the world, the new world order.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. when we are successful, and we will be.
Our relationships are only as deep as our pockets, and marriages fail as quickly as they started. The family unit has been destroyed as men and women now compete for the same role. We dare argue if there is even a difference between the two anymore, leaving us destitute in a world of broken homes where you can be all you can be under love is love and inclusivity.
This isn't about hate, this is about identities do not play sports, bodies play sports. And Leah Thomas will always have a male body.
This is my favorite pacifier. I like the blue one.
And so it's a lot of fun.
It's Destruction Day.
But after a long day at the office, this is where he likes to sleep.
I once thought if they just knew the truth, things would change. And I realized how naive I was, and especially after COVID, the shot that was felt around the world. People just need the truth, but no. It seems many love their delusion. It's like they have Stockholm Syndrome on a mass scale. If you follow the collective awakening, then you're safe and in your lane. But the second that you point out that this is both sides and in fact biblical, the eyes looking back at you begin to glaze over. I can't help but to be reminded of the passage in Jeremiah 5:31. Prophets prophesy falsely, and priests rule by their own authority, and my people love it this way. Truth is considered to stand on the side of hate, and the fact checkers themselves are part of the very evil driving this world. And anything inconvenient is called conspiracy theory. How convenient is that?
Often when there is dissent expressed in the United States against policies of the Israeli government, people here are called anti-Semitic. What is your response to that as an Israeli Jew?
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then there are anti-Semitic.
Through cognitive dissonance, we are herded back in line. We buy into this false left-right paradigm out of our own fear and selfishness. We're too afraid of the implications of them being two sides of the same coin, and so we actively and selfishly choose to pick a side. Where speaking out gets you silenced, and spectators turn a blind eye. Through our silent consent and going along to get along, we wake to a country unrecognizable to most, and only loved now by those with a faulty sense of entitlement.
The drag queens are influencing children by reading books to them. Y'all are the OG groomers. Y'all are f***ing the kids.
Down into this sort of position here, so your bum's sticking out. Hope you're taking this all in. And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
Okay, so are you saying that a human baby in a womb is not worth as much as a pup in the womb?
No.
It's worth the same, right? So if it's
yes.
not okay to abort puppies, then it shouldn't be okay to do that to humans. Would you agree?
Where our pensions now have more meaning than another's future. Through this cowardice, we keep silent out of fear of losing our own comfort and our inflated ego. The information was before us all along, but we continue to ignore it because it wasn't right on our doorstep and we were still comfortable.
Exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
A world where degeneracy is celebrated and celebrities are made as idols, no matter how filthy they are. Hollywood gets paid to play pretend all day, but they're immersed in our political campaigns, and yet we still believe their crocodile tears.
Listening to Nixon speak sounded more like a breath of fresh air. I said to my friend, I said, what party is he? My friend said he's a Republican. I said, then I am a Republican.
So Lisa,
Celebrities supporting the president? Shocking, right? Shocking indeed, Gloria.
The show must go on.
All manner of depravity is dismissed as artistic representation. Honor is now a thing only in the box office, and dignity is mocked. We're so happy and prosperous that we need every type of coping mechanism imaginable just to get through the day. Through these coping mechanisms, we have produced a population of dependency that is held together by a tiny thread that at any point can snap. We are seeing it happen already, as young and old are lashing out in the most outrageous of ways. We've gone as far as to fatten ourselves up before the slaughter.
Here at the Heart Attack Grill, patients are prescribed burgers, fries, sodas, and more. It's the only place like it in the world. It caters to folks who like their food deep-fried and supersized. Before being seated, diners are weighed on a gigantic scale. The fatter you are, the better. If you weigh over 350 pounds, your hamburgers and fries are on the house.
Healthcare is but a vast series of symptomatic band-aids with never-ending research and donation centers backed by the same groups causing the very problems. How are poison centers allowed into this country to be touted as food and propagandized by our own conquering hero himself? Our inconvenient convenience, designed to keep us all connected, has every single one of us at checkmate, as there is no longer anywhere to go out of their eye and out of their grasp.
And immediately, Stargate will be building the physical and virtual infrastructure to power the next generation of advancements in AI.
But there is a law that states that every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. So the car dashboard becomes your judge, your jury, and your executioner.
Now, in the past, many tyrants and governments wanted to do it, but nobody understood biology well enough. And nobody had enough computing power and data to hack millions of people.
It stares us in the face, and we keep allowing it to happen. In fact, we turn a blind eye. We feed the very machine designed to enslave us. I often wondered how there will be weeping and gnashing their teeth when they knowingly picked a side, but I can see now how that's possible. I see it happening already. We each made the decision to listen to that voice that whispers, "Did God really say?" to justify our wrongdoings, only further drowning ourselves in bondage. We all lived our lives submerged in catastrophic propaganda that's only devolved us into a constant state of selfishness, where we've even convinced ourselves that it's more loving to stay silent and watch someone dig their own grave, rather than to do the harder thing, the loving thing, and to speak up, to potentially save that person from the grave. We show who our allegiance truly is to. We show that the word love that's so loosely thrown around is love for ourselves, as an entire population of narcissists has emerged.
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not certain. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart.
Get to know Lalo's large catalog of luxury toys in a biblical way.
I am the burning bush!
But yet we dare ask how this is possible. We deep down knew it was possible, but adopted the selfish mentality that it could never happen to me. So we keep sweeping one atrocity under the rug after another. Our country is already lost and most don't even realize it, as we still hoorah our commander-in-chief while he makes a spectacle of the highest office in our country that we should be proud of. What happened to one nation under God? God is only part of this nation when he's relevant, when he's being paid lip service and discarded the second he's inconvenient. We relish in Antichrist Christianity as we're able to pick our flavor of Jesus for the day and continue to lie to ourselves, looking to the world for the answers when it's explicit that a friend of the world is at enmity with God. But in our hypocrisy, we look to the world for God. It is written that the wages of sin is death, and we dance around the very definition of sin to justify our wrongdoings. How can we dare say we believe and yet deny the very words that are written? This country is in for a much-needed awakening, and I feel this is a last call of sorts. to really look past the lies and the corruption. My great fear now is the organized awakening of the world most won't even realize has been contrived. Don't let the world swallow you up by putting your hope into false revolutions, false idols, a false sense of security, false revivals. How far are you willing to go under just doing my job, or turn a blind eye to keep your comforts? Will it take your child going missing to stand up? Will it take you getting fateful news to change your ways? Or will it be too late before you even care to look in the mirror? So I ask to take a good look around and ask yourself still, how did we get here?
Country, I was a soldier for you. I did what you asked me to. It was wrong and you knew. Country, now I'm just a stranger to you. A number, a name, it's true. Throw me away when you're through. The home of the brave and the free, the red, white, and blue. Well, I wish it was true.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill. Evidently, there's some difficulty with our field transmission.